In this video I want to address two issues. One of them is that when we collide with something, we leave our collision capsule outside, and once we move back again, that collision capsule will move relative to our movement once we move outside. I'm going to demonstrate this in a moment, but that is one of the issues. The second one is related to that and has to do with leaning over a table or a box like this. In this case, I'm stepping into the table, I'm calling it the table, and you can see that I'm leaving my collision capsule out here. So that is actually okay, sort of. But once I move back, you can see that it's actually moving offset from me now. Now that is something I don't really want. So once I get back outside, it will realign itself, so then it's going to be okay. But it could actually go kind of wrong if I was moving over here and there was a hole here, and I would fall down. So there's something kind of a problem. The other thing is that it allows me to set up here to actually walk all the way to the other side. So I just pass through the table like this, and I don't want my player to be able to do that. So one way of sorting that out, well, let's take them one at a time. But one way of sorting that is by allowing only a certain amount of disconnection between the player's camera and the collision capsule. But to begin with, let's break things up here. So I actually noticed a little mistake I made in the last video, where I accidentally renamed the wrong method. So this was renamed to update room scale position, and I really meant to update this one. But actually it's correct this way now. We just need to do a few things over here. So we only want to update, we actually don't always want to update the room scale position. So this one needs to go, and we're going to sort out everything inside the event tick check update actor position. So you can see I have conveniently made some space here after this branch here. So if we don't hit anything, then we will update the room scale position. If we do hit something, we don't want to update that, but we always want to update it if we don't hit anything. The problem with this here is that we set the collision capsule rotation inside this custom event. So we always want to do that regardless of whether we hit anything or not. So we're going to move that to the beginning here. So now you could argue if this name is really suitable or not. For now, I'm going to keep it. Anyway, so the next problem is, or maybe we should have a look first at how this behaves. So what you can see now is that whenever I'm moving and I'm standing inside something, the collision capsule is not going to be moving. Once I step out, it's still not going to move. Once I step out completely, it's going to realign itself with me. So that way it's going to just stay, okay, this was the last valid spot, sort of, and now it's going to take over again and move with me. So the other problem with the leaning over a table and checking capsule separation is the next issue we're going to take a look at. So we're going to custom event here. Which we're going to call check capsule separation. And what that is going to do is to check if the camera and the capsule has been disconnected too much. So we're going to get world location for this one and also for the capsule. Gonna subtract these two from each other and only care about the X and the Y distance. This can technically be made as a 2D vector, but I am lazy, so I'm just gonna do it this way. Also worth mentioning is that you can play around with this logic here and say I just use a fixed value here, but say if your height of the camera is further down, then you may allow a little bit extra distance than if you're standing upright. So I'm just going to be lazy and do it this way. So in essence, what we just need to do here is to realign ourselves with our capsule, and if you remember, this is done using the update room scale position, or the update actor position. So technically we just call that here, but just for clarity, I'm just going to call make a custom event for this, an event that we can use this for another thing. Like this. So this is going to throw us back whenever we pass 60 centimeters distance from our capsule, and in order to make this visibly a little bit more appealing, I'm going to steal some of the stuff from the teleportation up here. So we have this fade out duration, a little delay, and some color, and also this stuff over here. I'm just going to get that and dump that here. Connect that in between so that we get this little delay. Get a nice fade to black, and right. So actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the fade out duration is fairly slow or quick here. So in my case here, I actually think I'm gonna set this to something a little bit higher. So I'm gonna set it to like let's say 0.5. something. Alright, so when I step in here, I can still walk a little bit in to the table and grab some stuff. So if I want to go any further, you can see I got popped out. So this allows me to lean, but not to walk through it. Oops. So you can see, actually in this case, it also made sure that I couldn't pass this corner. I'm pretty sure I can still pass it somehow if I just move very close like this. In this case, I was successful. So, that was what I had for this video. We're going to continue in the next. Thank you for watching, and